Hey, Katie here. The Earth's core is it's like it's bleeding, it's suffering, it's disintegrating. The Earth's core is struggling. The pollution that's going into the earth. The pollution that's going into the earth has made our planet struggle. Everything is suffering at the moment. The ocean, whew, oh, that doesn't look good down there. There's like garbage and wreckages and trash. There's actually trash. There's trash in the ocean. There's trash in the ocean. In the actual ocean. Fishes have been getting basically dying, getting caught in like our garbage that we're throwing into the ocean. The fishes are getting caught in like the plastic and the rubber, and they can't breathe. They're getting like stuck. I'm seeing like maybe like rubber tubes, and like a fish would like swim through and then get caught. And this is all fine if you're a fisherman because, you know, you probably don't care if you're just thinking you're gonna eat fish. But if you're someone who cares about the planet, that does matter. That matters big time. So it's kind of like strange in a sense because it's like the ocean's reproducing. I was looking for the right word. It's reproducing. There's something very special going on in the ocean. Beautiful. Beautiful. There's new fishes getting born. It's kind of like they are. Do you know how a species used to stay with its school of fish or whatever you want to call it? It used to stay in its area. So every species, and again, you could say that with human beings as well, because, there's that saying of we all talk about racism, but that's happening in the ocean too. So if here's the scenario I want to use. If you look at humanity and you talk about mixed race, and you would say, and this is just an idea, a Western person integrates with Mediterranean, and an African person will integrate with Indian. Doesn't matter. The point is intermixture, right? Well, that's happening in the ocean. Isn't that cool? That's actually happening in the ocean. So it used to be just the same, whatever you like, goldfish stay with goldfish, and trout stay with trout, and salmon stay with salmon, just throwing it out there. But now, I don't really want to use actual names of, because there's no real timestamp of when this started. This has been going on for a while. But what's being born now, is a new creation. Something completely beautiful, like new birth is happening in the ocean. So it's like they were mixing and integrating, and then it's like this one mixed. I'm going to use this analogy. I'm going to use Beauty and the Beast. So in Beauty and the Beast, where they were all singing and dancing, and it was like the teapot and the cutlery and the crockery, and they were like, this beautiful music was happening. Okay, so use this scenario in your mind. Think this is actually happening in the ocean, but I'm just using this as an idea. Teapot is now integrating with straw. And straw then goes and integrates with table. And table then mixes with spoon. And again, if you're looking deeply into that, that's kind of what we were doing in humanity as well. If you think about it, I'm going in quite deep here, so bear with me. But where I'm going with this, so in humanity, if you look at people like going out in clubs and having intercourse with like complete strangers, and then they were falling pregnant. People were falling pregnant at like young ages, really young ages, and also old ages. And older people were having intercourse with really young people, and really young people were, for whatever reason, having intercourse with older people. And so their babies are very, and I'm talking about humanity here, their babies are very different. Now, because it's not a traditional time like years and years ago where it was like we were only going to, and I'm talking about way back then, what I'm picking up is like Roman times, where they try to integrate with their own, area. Now we have all mixed. And so the children that are being born, and not now, like this has been happening for probably the last 20 or 30 years or so. No timestamp on that because I haven't looked deep enough into it. That's an estimate. So the kids of today are incredible. They're incredible. Their minds are absolutely, they'll almost do anything. You put them in front of a computer and it's like education themselves. They don't even have to go to school. They won't have to go to school. They'll be learning off the internet because of the way their minds are working, because of the mixture that we've done. And so that's happening in the ocean. So there's beautiful new birth coming up. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Sure, that's beautiful. And the children of today, so smart. They're like computers on their own. They have the mind of a computer. They just they need to know how to use it. That's all.